In Biz at Belfast 89 FM, the programme that's all about business and for business in and around Belfast. I'm Michelle Estes and you're very welcome to today's show. Here in Northern Ireland, we've long been behind the rest of the UK when it comes to licensing laws, and for years many businesses have been denied the ability to sell alcohol because of our laws. Well, it's all about to change, and for none other than our cinemas. As of next month, cinemas will be able to apply for a liquor licence, and for many this is a really natural progression that opens up more options for all of us to get a broader experience when we go to watch a movie. So it's not just about popcorn anymore, we can also buy a drink. I'm joined today by someone who is no stranger to many of us, Michael McAdam. Michael owns the Movie House cinema chain, including Cityside and Glengormley. He's no stranger to tough challenges, I would imagine, be they economic or techie, and he's still standing after a fairly turbulent 18 months within the whole hospitality environment. So Michael, you're very welcome to the programme today.
Thanks, Michelle.
So Michael, I suppose the cinema is not just about watching a movie anymore. It's really about a whole entertainment experience, and you're having to compete against, I suppose, many different options. So is it really an important change for your business, this change in the law?
Well, it gives us a chance to compete within the marketplace and giving most of all our customers a choice, which is what has always been. The thing is, cinema, right from the 1960s, we've had people after our customer, if you like, and we go through the line of television, and we survived that, and then we survived VHS and Betamax. Do you remember those?
I do indeed.
And then we had the DVDs craze, and then we had the satellite TV coming in, and now we have Netflix and Amazon and goodness knows what else coming along. And the reason the cinemas have survived is because we have adopted. We have recognized that our customers have a choice, and we have reinvested in our sites. First with Dolby Stereo and the old Goers, and you may remember when they reopened up as a threeplex, they had Dolby Stereo, which everybody wanted to hear up in screen. I think it was screen 2 upstairs, or screen 3.
And that was pretty unique at the time, wasn't it? It was pretty unique.
It was absolutely. I mean, my goodness, hearing things in Dolby Stereo. And then we went on to digital sound, and then we started looking at seats. And I mean, I remember the first lot of seats I put in my cinema in Glengormley, they were locally made double seats because that's all we could afford. And then when we opened York, we imported our first American seats that actually the back swung with you as you leaned back, and that was a big hit with customers. And to where we are today, in the vast majority of the cinemas, the cinema screens and locations that I operate, we have the leather reclining armchairs because that's what people want. So we have adopted, and we've been trying to give people a reason to leave their lovely snug living room.
And is that an issue, Michael? Are you finding that now as we start to unlock? Are you finding that because people have been accustomed, I suppose, to being at home, maybe watching Netflix or whatever it is, are you finding it harder to see people coming back out to the cinema? Is that a thing or not?
It's not really a thing because as an old friend of mine, an old man who taught me how to lace up a 35mm projector way back in 1970s, Paddy Reid, and Paddy said to me, and he was in the cinema business all his life, and he says, there's nothing wrong with a cinema that a good film won't fix. And he's absolutely right. It's all about the content. So then in a competitive environment, when you've got the content, then you're trying to make sure that the customer goes to you. And coming out of COVID, I have to say that we're in a first class position than some of our friends around the country who have got more traditional cinemas, simply because the distance that we have between our customers, given the fact we have large seats, that we have over 5 feet between you and the person behind and the person in front, and you're not squeezed in beside each other. With social distancing, we have there is ample room, and I think that it's giving people a great feeling of security, which is what it's all about coming out of the COVID thing, that people feel secure.
So do you think alcohol is maybe part of the normal evolution of the cinema? But then how does that fit with the idea that the cinemas could be seen as the last vestiges of alcohol-free family entertainment?
Well, let me pose it in a different way to you. Disney on Ice at the Odyssey Arena is a wonderful family experience, and if you ever see the little children walking in their Cinderella outfits and their Snow White outfits on the way into that there with their grannies and grandads and their mums and dads can still go to the bar and have their drink and their alcohol and the coke for the children or their fruit or their fruit and drink, and they can bring it down and they can all sit and watch the entertainment Disney on Ice, and there's not a problem.
That's an interesting perspective on it. So, how do you see it being introduced with you, Michael, in the movie house?
In the like of My Cinema in Coleraine, which is a family entertainment centre, and in the like of Yorkgate, we would probably aim, if we have the space, to put a bar area, and that's to encourage people to come along earlier, to maybe say meet up with their friends from work, or former work colleagues or whatever, to have a drink before they would go up to the screens. In the like of Mahara in Glengormley, it would be the opportunity of people who they will just go to the kiosk and simply buy what they want over the counter.
So, a bit
And
more like the theatre, Michael, a bit more like what the experience of the theatre would be, that type of idea.
yes,
Maybe have a bar at
yes.
the interval, or what would be in the theatre. Maybe there's no interval in the cinema. Well, one thing is for sure, Michael, you have been a committed business person to the city over many, many years, giving us all a lot of hours of entertainment through time. I'm also have to say I'm fairly delighted with your VIP seats that you've now installed in a lot of your venues, by the way. So great job. And Michael, we wish you all the best as you unlock over the next few months, and I hope you have a bumper season coming up to Christmas. And thank you very much for joining me today.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Michael McAdam, owner of the Movie House Cinemas, who's going to be introducing something for us more than just our popcorn in the future to watch our movies. Thanks for joining me today, and until next week, have a prosperous one.